Hi, bienvenidos. My name is Nelissa, and I'm the Administrative Assistant at the Syntex Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Before we get into our interviews today, I would like to just speak about a few things that we have going on our chamber in the month of March. So this month, March 17th is going to be our luncheon. Anyone is welcome to come, members or non-members, so I would just like to make this kind of a reminder for anyone who is watching this. It is free to come and listen to the speaker. There is a cost of food. We set up buffet style, and our members always cater, we always use our members for these events. So feel free to come by or visit www.wacohispanicchamber.com for more information. I would also like to let our members know that April 3rd, I'm trying to remember all the dates, but April 3rd, we will be having a floating mercado at the Dr. Pepper Museum. They have requested us to be there, and so we will happily be there. At this time, all of our registrations are closed, but you are more than welcome to check our Facebook and come by this wonderful event. We're very excited. It will be April 3rd at the Dr. Pepper Museum from 1 to 5 p.m. So without further ado, I will be introducing our first interviewer. Her name is Kate, and she's from CASA. So we'll get into it, and I will let her tell you all about her wonderful organization.
Hi.
Hey, Kate. How are you doing?
I'm great. A little wet outside, but
a little bit.
We're making it. Yeah.
We're making it. It's crazy right now.
It is. It is.
How is your day going so far?
It's really good. We had a nice meeting with a bunch of people from our community at the CASA building today, and we just really some good collaboration. So
awesome.
A lot of good stuff happening.
I can relate to that too. We had a few board meetings and things like that. So
nice.
We're getting on our way and getting ready to get this interview started.
Great.
So Kate, let's start first. Tell me a little bit about yourself. We'll start there.
Okay, so my name is Kate. I started out, well, I'll kind of move back. I moved to Waco in 2018. I was in Chicago previously. I moved to Waco kind of looking for something to do. I've always been passionate about kids, and so I started out as an advocate with CASA. So I did that about fall of 2018. I did that for a year, and then I came on staff of CASA in the summer, last summer in May.
Wow.
And I've been loving it, and I've really kind of found a new passion. I hadn't worked with children in this capacity before, and I haven't really been in the child welfare realm. So it's really become a new passion of mine, and I love it. And
wow.
I love Waco too. So.
Me too. I love Waco.
Yeah.
I don't tell people, don't let our members know, but
yeah.
I wasn't born in Waco.
Oh, I know.
Well,
we got a lot of Wacoans around, so you got to be careful.
But I'm a Texas girl at heart.
Oh, there you go. I'm a Louisiana girl, so.
That's okay too.
Yeah, very close.
So, Kate, what can you tell me about CASA?
Yeah, so I think that's always the biggest question because people don't always know what CASA is. So CASA stands for Court Appointed Special Advocate. These advocates are volunteers from our community, which I think is the amazing thing. We're a volunteer-based organization, so we recruit, train, and support, or I like to say empower, our advocates to advocate for children in foster care. These children have been removed from their homes due to abuse or neglect and placed into the care of the state, so CPS. So as an advocate, you are advocating for the best interests of this child in court, as well as building a relationship with the child. You work with other professionals in the child's life, like their caseworker, their teachers, their parents, their caregivers, their attorney ad litems. And you do all this so you can gather a bunch of facts and come to court and say, okay, these are the things that we need for this child so that their needs are being met. Our ultimate goal, besides advocating for their best interest, is to find them a safe and permanent home by the end of the year that they are in care. We do that by working with CPS, so it's not just you all alone. But we work together. It's very collaborative, as I was saying, and in hopes that we can all get these needs met for the children. So we're kind of an extra set of eyes and ears for the child, and it's a really great way to have another adult in this child's life to kind of bring that support and encourage them that, you know, life goes on and we're helping you get all your needs met. And the relationships that I've seen form with the advocates and the children is just amazing. Yeah. I think it's the best part.
I agree. A lot of times when I speak with you and when we talk about CASA, I think that's the most important thing and the strongest thing that comes through when I speak with you. It's always about creating a trusting relationship with these children.
Yes.
So that's wonderful.
It's huge. Sometimes all it takes is one adult. You know, you hear a lot of adults later on in life talk about that they had one person that they look back on their life and it changed the whole trajectory of their life. And it's kind of a big role to say, but it's true. I mean, sometimes that's all it takes. And so I think for you to be that person is awesome.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
What is your current role at CASA?
So I'm the recruiter as well as the advocate trainer. So basically I go out to as many things as I can, such as this, and kind of talk about CASA, spread our mission. I think the biggest thing is just kind of community awareness, and even if that boils down to just letting people know about foster care in general, because I think that's a big part of it, is people don't know the need. And then I also train the advocates that come in. So once an advocate comes in, they essentially read a manual that we give them, and then they come into in-person training, which I run. It runs every month, so it's very flexible. People can come in at any point that they want, and then we team them up with a staff member, not myself, but we have very experienced social workers and people in the child welfare realm to stay with them throughout the whole case. It's pretty neat.
It is. I think, I probably shouldn't say his name, I'm sorry. Next question then. How, if someone is interested in becoming an advocate, how do they go about becoming an advocate? And then what's the kind of the process for that? And who can become an advocate?
Yeah. Well, the first answer is anyone can become an advocate. So the first thing I would suggest is go to our website, www.casaforeverychild.org. And the other thing is you could send me an email at recruiter@casaforeverychild.org. I'm always open for conversation. I like to even meet up with people and just chat, because sometimes you have pretty intense questions and I'm here to answer all of them. And then after that, you would fill out an application, which is online. We would contact you, set up a meeting to kind of talk about CASA and yourself and see if it's kind of a good fit. And then we would put you into training. The training is a total of about 30 hours. It's really doable. We're very flexible. We recognize that people have jobs. So we have people who work full-time, or they're stay-at-home moms, or parents and work. We have students, we have retirees, teachers, all sorts of realms. So you don't have to you don't even have to work with children to want to do this. And we find a lot of people that have never worked with children, but just are like, this is how I want to start dedicating my time. So it's really anyone, as long as you're 21 years or older, can pass a background check and license, insurance. So yeah, pretty basic.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. How old does this person have to be?
Yeah, 21 years or older. We get a lot of people who are in their undergrad at Baylor or something like that, and they're really excited and like, I really want to try to help, but unfortunately 21 is the age that, but the neat thing is you only have to have a high school degree. So if you're 21 but haven't finished college, it's kind of nice that we have that leniency. So we accept a lot of people. We want anyone to help.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah.
How many communities do children have CASA, or how many
children have a CASA? Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
So at any given time, there are about 700 children in foster care here in McLennan County, which is just a really crazy number to me. We're able to serve about 180 of them right now. It kind of fluctuates as cases close. And we have about 80 advocates, although we have a lot coming in, so that kind of goes up and down, and hopefully it continues to go up. So that's a pretty big gap, 700 to about 180, right? So our goal and our mission is CASA for every child, hence our website. So that's what we're working towards. It takes some time, and we kind of get on certain cases and not others, and there are certain requirements for that, but our goal is every case. We're just
so
not
if
there
there
yet.
were more advocates per se, we would be able to help more of the 700 children that we have here in the community.
So the closer we get, the closer we are to fulfilling a role, and we want to help everyone we can. And there are some counties in Texas that are able to serve all the children in their area because of if they're in a rural area, or just depending on population and like how the removals go. But we've got a lot of kids in foster care and a pretty high removal rate. So we just need more advocates. But we've got such an amazing community. I think Waco is, when I think of Waco, I think community, and especially with this job, I've seen that everyone is really passionate about everyone in our community. And there are a lot of nonprofits, a lot of really great resources, and I think this is one of those that ties into that. We can all come together to not solve the crisis, but work towards a bigger goal, right? Really help in a major way, so.
Yeah, and it goes back to what you said earlier, is just being, it's not, I think if you think about it too much, you think it's this, high and mighty place that you're setting yourself in. It's really not. It's just trying to create some type of relationship with this other person, this other human.
Right.
A trusting relationship. So.
Yeah, and the great thing is, as opposed to, some like mentoring programs, because we're kind of that, but also we have such a big legal say in their lives, and I think that's what is also so impactful besides just a relationship, is that we have legal weight in court and we have rights to certain things legally. And I think that is what gives us such a great edge. And the judge here really respects CASA and really loves what we have to say.
Awesome.
And so I think that's what makes the biggest impact.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Are there any events that you guys have that kind of help with CASA, or is there anything that you guys have going on?
We do. So, well, a couple of things. The first one is that we're going to have our official grand opening on March 26th. CASA itself has been open for a while, but we moved into our new building in October, and we just haven't had, we had a soft grand opening. This is the official one. So March 26th, we're having our grand opening, and then April 10th, we have Crawfish for CASA. It's an annual event we do. It's really fun. I went last year before being on staff. We have a really fun band called the Spasmatics.
Oh, yeah.
They're an 80s cover band. They're really funny. And then we have gumbo and crawfish, and then we have a silent auction with a lot of really great stuff. And that's another time the community kind of comes together and donates a lot of great items. We even had some Kendra Scott jewelry and a lot of artwork and packages from places around. So it's a lot of fun. I encourage everyone to check it out. And those tickets are on our website as well. And you can get a whole table or just a ticket for yourself and friend or whatever.
Great. I'll be sure to get that on all of our social media platforms.
Yeah, that would be great.
That goes back with tying Waco into community.
Yes.
So I think that's really important. I think Waco really cares.
Yeah, we're all in it together for sure.
And make sure you contact me. I'd love to be there, maybe even have other chambers there to help you with a ribbon cutting.
Yes, we need to have everyone there. We'll have a big thing. So I think we're going to start really promoting that. It'll be out there soon for everyone to really
Awesome.
go, so.
I love every time that you hear me on this couch, I always say, I always learn something new, but it's true. It is so true. So I didn't know that. That's something that I learned about you today is I didn't know that you started off just volunteering and helping out.
Yeah.
And so I love to hear
And
that.
I really wanted a job with CASA, and finally they're like, all right, here you go. We got one for you. Yeah, so it's great.
Well, we're close on our time. Is there anything else that you'd like to add before we end your segment?
Yeah, I really want to encourage everyone to think about it. If you don't think this is a volunteer role for you, tell your friends and family. I think you'll find there's always someone in your life who could be perfect for this or is passionate about this. So just kind of let it sit in your heart and think about it and look us up and learn more and then give us a shout out.
Yeah, I agree. And also, you'll be a luncheon speaker here pretty soon, so we'll have your flyer going out there sometime soon.
Great.
And maybe even somebody could come to the luncheon, and there's always an opportunity to ask questions there. So.
Yes, that's our favorite thing is kind of Q&A because it's pretty intricate and it's hard to explain all in one setting, you know.
Yeah.
So I think questions are best because we'll answer anything that we can.
Yeah,
I love that.
It's important to know. I think that's a strong message as well. If you don't think you are, you have to know someone who would be perfect for it.
Exactly. Spread the word.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to be here and to talk about CASA.
Yeah.
Awesome. So this concludes. We're going to wrap up this segment. Stay with us, and we will have our second segment coming very soon. I'm very excited for this one.
God, where's I assure you.
Hello, everyone. Nelissa Davalos again. I'm here with Blake Evans. I will let him introduce himself because this is a brand new topic. It's going around Waco, so let's get into it.
Yeah, so I'm Blake Evans. I am the new president of Bishop Reicher Catholic School here in Waco, and we are doing some rebranding and restructuring of our school. So I'm happy to be here with you today.
Awesome. Thank you for coming, Blake.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to try to get this out into the community in as many ways as we can. So we appreciate the time that you guys have allowed us today.
No problem. So every time I start one of these interviews, I keep it real easy. The first question is always, how's your day going?
Yeah, my day is going great, actually. Yeah, so I started over at the school this morning. So I worked on both the elementary and high school campus, and as you can imagine, those are sometimes two different worlds.
Yeah.
And so
we're about to get into that.
Yeah, the different problems that I might have during the day are interesting, but keeps me energized.
I'm sure it does. So Blake, let's just get right into it. Can you tell me, or can you go ahead and explain to myself and the members about the merger that recently happened with St. Louis and with Reicher Catholic High School?
Yeah, so St. Louis Catholic School and Reicher Catholic High School have recently merged into one school, and the reason for that is Reicher Catholic High School has been under the governance of the Diocese of Austin, which is considered a diocesan school over the last couple of years, and the elementary school, which is a pre-K through 8 campus, has been under the governance of our parish, which is St. Louis Catholic Parish here in Waco. And so to combine resources and to better utilize our resources in that way, we decided to combine schools and be under one local governance of our local pastor, Father Ryan Higdon. So that kind of transpired from about this time last year, but really took hold during the summer and kind of officially changed over July 1st into a big we are now a pre-K through 12 parish school.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I actually started in my position in July 1st of this year. So the last couple of months have just been kind of that transition into, combining finances and combining teachers and those types of things. So it's been busy, but it's been challenging and fun at the same time.
I'm sure it has. Blake, would you share with us the new name of the school and the reasons or why did we go with a new name? Yeah,
so becoming one school, we wanted to be under one name, which we felt like would unify our community a lot more. And so in the reference of the school, we just wanted it to be one name so people recognize the pre-K through 12 aspect. So the name we chose is Bishop Louis Reicher Catholic School, which is not a whole lot different from the high school name, but there were lots of reasons that went into that. But the main reason is that the high school was founded by Bishop Louis Reicher, who was one of the first bishops of the Diocese of Austin, and he founded the high school and it was built, and so he named it after himself. And then a couple of years later, the parish school, which is pre-K through 8, and St. Louis Parish itself was founded, but at that time he named it St. Louis after the King of France, but kind of in a not so roundabout way, kind of said I'm naming it after myself at the same time. So, which essentially that name kind of unified all three campuses. So we just felt the name Bishop Louis Reicher was probably the best fit and was the most unifying for all three entities of our campus.
That's very interesting. You'll have to do a trivia night.
Yeah,
with that.
yeah, absolutely.
So can you tell me, with Bishop Reicher, could you kind of explain to me the partnership that's going on with your Catholic K through 12 program?
Yeah, so in the beginning of the process, we were kind of looking for ways to strengthen our academics at the school and of course increase enrollment, which is always an issue for private schools in general. But so we were looking at different options, and through a lot of prayer and discussion and a lot of things that were happening, the University of Dallas had kind of entered the picture into the diocese as a whole and was looking for ways to help our Catholic schools with curriculum and things like that. So after a couple of different discussions that Father Ryan and I had with the university, we just kind of came up with the idea of partnering together to kind of form a school where we could implement the traditional Catholic curriculum that they're using now, but put it in the elementary level and the high school level and see how that could be successful. And in that aspect, we're looking at like a K through university type curriculum. So after a lot of collaboration, we decided we're going to partner with you guys. And so Intel, what that meant was they were going to provide a lot of resources to our school as far as professional development and resources to our students to use university type research and things like that. But in the biggest part of that was that the university could then monitor their curriculum to see if it truly does work K through 12, but on the same side, we would get the same resources that university students are getting that would be able to strengthen our academic program. So overall, the partnership, I think, is a win-win for both institutions and something that's unique and you don't see very often.
Awesome. That's great to hear. I absolutely love hearing when schools start to introduce business and just leadership, all of these things that I would kind of say that I learned later on in life.
Sure.
And I think it's so important to really keep this in an early curriculum at the early stages in life and show why it's so important, because you really do use it for the rest of your life in whatever career you choose to be in.
Yeah, absolutely. And the type of curriculum that we're going to is what we're calling a traditional curriculum. But what that really focuses on is critical thinking aspects and reading old literature to really comprehend, as we read the literature, doing critical thinking as far as moral and social justice issues go in our community today. And what we're allowing our students to do is kind of decide for themselves how they think that should look and what that should look like to them. And so that's kind of the basis of what when we say humanities traditional Catholic curriculum is. It's just a lot of critical thinking and coming to your own moral and social justice conclusions.
Yeah, that's very important too. Critical thinking.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of the younger students, people in elementary and things like that, I don't think they realize making decisions, it sounds like it's something so easy, but then you come to the point where you're like, okay, do I do something this way or should I do it this way? And ultimately, you're always that person who has to come to that decision.
Yeah, so and I think sometimes we lack teaching our kids skills to be able to handle those types of situations and how to really think for themselves. So we're hoping that this curriculum will strengthen that in our students.
That's wonderful. So as a parent or as just a regular person, human, so to speak, why would a parent be interested in enrolling their student in Bishop Reicher Catholic High School?
Yeah, so there's a lot of benefits to the new curriculum that we're implementing, but outside of that, what we're trying to establish is a really strong Catholic community, and in that, we want to be really strong in a lot of different areas. So whether that's athletics, fine arts, academics, whatever it is, but the ultimate goal is to form disciples in our students, and we want to get them to heaven ultimately. But in that process, we want to give them experience to all kinds of different things. And so with our school being the size that it is and the curriculum that we're going to offer, if our students want to be involved in fine arts and athletics and all the other things that they can be involved in, we allow that to happen and we encourage that to happen so that we have well-rounded students. So I would say the benefit to a parent looking at that outside of receiving a good, strong Catholic education is just the amount of opportunities that will be afforded to the students to be involved in all the different areas that they want to be.
Awesome. That sounds so wonderful. How can a parent or anyone really look to find more information on the merge or enrollment or anything really?
Yeah, so if you'll go to our website, bishopreicher.com, there's some videos on there that kind of explain the name change and the merger and those types of things that are going on. But it also has information on enrollment and contact information. But we would love to have you visit our campus and just see if this is a good fit for you and your family, and visit with our admissions director and myself and kind of talk about some of the things that you're looking for as far as an education goes, either specifically for yourself or a parent looking at different options for their kids. But we'd like to have that opportunity to sit down and visit with you and see if we'd be a good fit for you.
Is there a certain open enrollment season or a certain season that you accept applications?
Yeah, so we just started re-enrollment for next year, February 1st this year, but we're in that process right now. So at this point in time of the year, our enrollment stays open until August. But so as you explore those opportunities and look at different options, if you feel like you need more information or would like to experience what a day would look like at the school, we offer shadow days for students and things like that. So
awesome. I'm telling you, you should take that trivia night.
Yeah.
Very seriously.
It's very interesting, the trajectory over the last probably year and a half of where our school has been and where it's going, and so we're really excited about it.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a big boost for our community, but at the same time it's benefited our students because we're upping our academic game, and with that comes all the other luxuries of fine arts and athletics and all those good things that are involved with the school.
That's wonderful. I wish you all the best of luck. Congratulations. I look forward to hearing positive things coming from Bishop Reicher Catholic School.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, no problem. Is there anything else that you would like to add before we close our segment?
No, just if you as a family are kind of discerning what your education process might look like for your child, just give us a call and let us see what we can do for you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Blake, for taking the time out today to conduct the interview with me today.
Thank you.
Perfect. That concludes our second interview today. We look forward to having you back on Noticias. Help us spread the word by sharing this video or liking this video or visiting us on Waco City Cable Channel to watch these videos. We will see you next month with another really good interview, and so we hope that you stay tuned.